2020 definitely is one of the worst years that happened in human history. As we all know that it is because of the COVID pandemic that continually to attack the world throughout the year. Malaysia is also one of the country that affected by this pandemic. Many industry like engineering, medicine, and one of the worst that affected by this situation is the travel and tourism service industry. There are many issues, challenges, and also potential that appear during this COVID-19 pandemic.
The impact of COVID-19 on the aviation or airline industry is the worst, as there were a complete ban on the travelling and high unemployment rates. ASEA has retrenched 2,400 of employees and is flying only 8% of its Malaysian routes, whereas Malaysia Airlines has left over 13,000 employees on unpaid leave. Not to forget, tourism and hospitality are among the most affected sector. Many people in this industry have lost their job as a result of pandemic. A total of about 50,000 hotel employees were reportedly affected by the salary reduction. A lot of hotels are downsizing their operations, reducing employee salaries, or placing staff member on unpaid leave for unforeseen amount of time, which has put many hotel workers in a poor situations. When lockdown was first introduced, the transportation services were stopped, slowed down, or otherwise limited. The tourism industry was severely impacted by every situation that could have prevented the COVID-19 from spreading, such as mass cancellation of trips, the suspension of national and international flights, and postponing of events. All transportation services have their limitation for tourist use, such as restricting traffic and restricting safety. The reason behind this were major restrictions on people's movement even within their own country, as the need to stay at home become more and more pressing and obvious. During the pandemic, tourism transportation were perceived as dangerous to the high possibility of the virus being transmitted.
As for the first challenge is the massive loss in tourist revenue. As we can see, there is no more tourism activities happening due to the travel restriction that issued by the government. And to make it worse, this tourist loss revenue happening at international level. Well, this loss obviously will not only affect the tourism and travel industry, but also gonna cripple the whole country's economy. Since in Malaysia, the tourism and travel industry is one of the biggest industry. Connected to the first statement, which is about the massive loss in tourist revenue, throughout the year of 2020, Government of Malaysia has issued a movement control order or MCO that causing the suspension of many intangible heritage, and this situation create impact on the cultural and social life of communities around. Since many cultural activities are not being able to carry out, so people are no longer able to gather, interact, and communicate with each other. They also not be able to learn about each other culture, since there is no more face-to-face or direct communication between them.
Despite the issues and challenge, there is also potential that can be discovered during this COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic is generating digital opportunities directly from home. As example, the Access 360-degree World Heritage. The various travel restrictions and isolations policies imposed during COVID-19 forced most cultural heritage tourists to cancel or change their travel plans in 2020. In this regard, Technologies such as artificial intelligence and 3D visualizations have provided ways to experience heritage sites without the need to travel. Next is the easy learning experience. Due to the lockdown, students have not been able to stay connected with the outer world and lack of exposure. Online learning is becoming one of the most effective ways to impart education. Students now can access online videos that provide instructions and participate in real-time conferences with teachers located a state or even continent away.
So for the next potential is about the increased awareness in healthcare. There are a lot of tourism places and locations that become more sensitive about the image that they need to display, as people now will only choose places that look more safe for them to travel. From this situation, it will indirectly make the service provider aware more about the importance of health safety. So those are the challenges, the issues, and the potential that relate to the tourism and travel service industry in Malaysia during COVID-19.